Thursday, December 24th, 2020, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. Before I start today, I'd like to thank all my viewers, subscribers for their support, for their interest in what I have to say. We've built like a community here. Of course, I think the highlight is every Sunday when we do our live stream. But also all your comments, suggestions, your questions also help me come up with ideas. So hopefully we will continue to have a great community going forward in 2021, and we'll be able to protect ourselves and our families financially and otherwise. And yes, I'd like to wish every one of you a very Merry Christmas. A happy, prosperous, and healthy 2021. So today, I want to look at silver in 2021 and beyond, because I think we have a really interesting technical formation in silver, and it's been a very long-term formation. And before I go further as well, I'd like to talk about patience. I think patience is a big thing in investing. You should think about it as a long-term thing. And even though I know that gold and silver are not investments, they're money, they become sort of like an investment, I think, in the environment we've been in the last 50 years, where the powers that be have actually been trying to fool the people that we have a monetary system, even though we actually have a non-system, like John Exter said, a fiat currency system that ends up really going to zero. And the other word for that is hyperinflation. And I like to give you an analogy. Someone sent me a video from, I think his name is Pastor G.D. Farag, and he talks about what he thinks is going on, not only in the broad sense of the world, but also monetarily with the crisis this year. And he gives a really good analogy about how hyperinflation comes and how it's exponential. And his analogy is that if you go to a Yankee Stadium and you put a drop of water on the pitcher's mound and you double that drop every minute, after 44 minutes, Yankee Stadium will have 5 foot of water. But after 49, the whole stadium will be full of water. That's how hyperinflation happens. It's very difficult to time, of course, but I think, yeah, as I said, it's going to be the biggest short probably of the last 2,000 years, in my opinion, the collapse of the dollar. It's going to make the big short from 2008 look like a picnic, in my opinion. And we have the chance of being on the right side of that. And I'm not saying it's going to be pretty out there. It's already not pretty out there, what's going on. I mean, everywhere around the world right now. And that's what we need to keep in mind, and not get too full of ourselves if it works, right? So we're going to look at the teacup formation in silver today. So the teacup formation is quite rare. And as you can see in this one, it's been evolving really, I would say, since the early 70s. So it's almost 50 years old. And it's a long-term one. It's taken many years. I've been stacking silver and gold since 2002. Yes, it's frustrating. But I think for younger people out there, they're lucky, because I think we're getting very close to when gold and silver are going to come back roaring into life in terms of not just the price, but showing people what gold and silver really are, and that they're really money and have been for thousands of years. And what we use today that is called money is really not money, but just a promissory note, an empty promissory note that's becoming more and more empty as they inflate the system, right? The cup, as you can see, has formed over the decades. The left-hand top of the cup, as you can see, was the top in 1980, around 50, and the right hand was in 2011, around 50 as well. So it's a massive cup, teacup. And what does it really represent, I think? Well, I think it represents the fact that the powers that be have been trying to keep the silver price from exploding how it should. They've been fooling people into thinking that there is no inflation. And I think that's what that teacup represents. It's the suppression. And then, as you can see, we formed a handle on the right-hand side, and we're breaking out of the handle. That's one of the conditions for the trigger of the price movement. So what's the objective in a teacup and handle formation? How do you measure the price objective? Well, it's the difference from the top of the cup to the bottom of the cup. And the bottom here is around $3.50. The top is around $50. So the difference is around $46.50. If you add $46.50 to the top of the cup, that's how you measure it, which is 50, you get around $100. But this chart is a logarithmic chart. So I think we got to do it in percentage terms. So if you do it in percentage terms, 50 to $3.50, you get the percentage change there, and you use that percentage change from $50, you get around $700. Yes, I have made some videos in the past forecasting or projecting a price around $420 for silver, but who knows? It could be anywhere around there, maybe from $400 to $700. Is it going to happen in 2021? Well, we can see that this teacup is taking 50 years to be formed, and I don't think I've ever seen another 50-year teacup like this. So yes, it could take a few more years for silver actually get to this objective, but you never know. You never know. But I think just having a little bit of silver will go a long way in protecting your savings, and it might even help you become even more financially independent. So that's the teacup formation. It's very rare. And for gold, longer term chart, similar chart, logarithmic chart, going back to the early 70s. I've spoken about this before. We've got like a big resistance around 2,600 in the next year or so, I would say. And yes, we're not even at 2,000 anymore, but I think if we start seeing the precious metals really accelerate, that will be a key level to watch, up on that resistance level in gold. So with that, let's quickly look at where the markets are this morning. Yes, markets are going to be quieter today. I think it's a half day in London. In the States, it's probably going to be the same. Tomorrow will be shut. And then we're going to have Saturday and Sunday, because this year, Christmas is on Friday. But here in Europe, I think in the UK, the markets are going to be shut on Monday. I'm not sure if they're going to reopen on Tuesday. So we don't have too many days left, like full trading days left until the end of the year. So we're getting close to the end here. It's 8:45 a.m. London. I've got spot gold at 1877.70, up $5. Range has been 1870 to 1881. Silver's up 29 cents, up 1.1% at 25.81. Range has been 25.50 to 25.92. The Dow future is up 68 at 30,200. S&P is up 7 at 36.97. NASDAQ 100 future is up 10 points. The currencies, the pound is a little stronger here. Apparently there's more of a chance that they will have a deal. It's just a mess, really, what's going on with France and the UK. The French blocked their ports to the UK. They reopened it, but they're forcing the truck drivers. There's like 5,000 or 6,000 truck drivers wanting to go home. Most of them are like from Poland or other countries in Eastern Europe. And they probably won't make it, and it's just a shame that they're doing that to these people, I think. And I saw yesterday that there's a lot of anger, and they've had problems down in Kent and in Dover as well. Well, Dover is in Kent, but they put these drivers up on like a ex-military airport, all the trucks there, and they're sick and tired of sleeping in the cabs of their trucks, or lorries as they call in the UK, and they want to be home for Christmas, but it looks like they won't. So the world's going mad. That's the other thing. 2021 is going to be even more crazy. I think we need to expect the unexpected, and that's why in that scenario, currency collapse, it's not very something that too outlandish to think about, I would say. So yeah, the pound is up this morning about 0.5%, 135.72. The euro is pretty much unchanged, just below 122. The dollar is unchanged versus the yen, 103.58. Dollar's down versus the yuan, 0.25% at 651.90. WTI crude is back up to 48. So, I mean, yesterday we had a 46 handle. So crude is picking back up. Copper is up slightly. And the 10-year yield, I also noticed, is picked up a little bit. We are at 0.95. So it's unchanged overnight. But I think we were around 0.91 yesterday. So it's picked up a little bit. It's still very low. And also in real terms, if you compensate for the rate of inflation, which I would say is a lot more than 2%, is a lot more than the phony CPI that we're told, that rate is highly negative. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. Please share it far and wide. Think about subscribing to the channel if you haven't yet. And also make sure that YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you, because I've noticed recently that I've lost quite a few subscribers. Not regularly, and that doesn't happen very often. Who knows if they're doing that anyway. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Parler, and all these other platforms below here. I wish you all a great Christmas Eve, of course, a great Christmas tomorrow, and yes, a really great holiday season with your family. Take care. Bye.